All right, friends, it's time for another edition of my finest content. One of my special tier lists, because if you made a tier list out of all my content, my tier lists would be at the top of that tier list. My tier lists are truly S tier. It is with great pleasure that I return to you with yet another tier list. This time, we will be talking about female pop stars of the 2000s, because as you know, the 2000s were the peak of human civilization. And if there's one thing that was great about that era, it's all the pop girls. They look like they smell good, don't they? Pop girls these days, they don't look like they would smell good. You know, imagine the Halsey video was in smell-o-vision. You just thought, what do you think she would smell like? I don't know, but I don't think it'd be good. I'm not on board. I don't want to smell Halsey. But, you know, Shakira, Fergie, ex-Tina, old school Beyonce. Yeah, some sort of Yankee Candle. Yeah, Halsey smells like Newports and vape juice. Anyway, what we will do today is talk about a tier list of 2000s pop stars, female edition, and then we'll do the male edition another time. And really quickly, I also wanted to mention my Patreon. If you like what I do on YouTube and everywhere else, joining my Patreon really helps me do this full time and worry less about videos getting demonetized by YouTube or copyright claimed by labels. Patrons get all my podcasts and main channel videos early. There are members only channels in my Discord that I'm super active in. I also do giveaways. For example, I've been giving away a lot of Emo's Not Dead merch, and you can also have me review your music, artwork, or anything else. All you need to do is join my Patreon at the $10 level, and then every month I do a call for submissions. If you want me to review something, just drop it in the comments of that post, and then I will review it live on Twitch. So if any of that sounds cool to you, hit the link in the description of this video, and I appreciate your support. So where shall we start? Where shall we start? Paris Hilton, that's a good one. Let's start there. My girl Paris Hilton, best known for her iconic "Stop Being Poor" shirt, which unfortunately is photoshopped. Trust me, there's nothing in the world that I wanted more than her "Stop Being Poor" shirt to be real. Unfortunately, the real one says "Stop Being Desperate." But shout out to your girl Paris Hilton, inventor of That's Hot, star of The Simple Life, creator of what's the name of her perfume? I don't know what her perfume is, but I would wear it. That's right. She was the first influencer. It's true. It's true. Paris Hilton invented the concept of an influencer. She did. It's true. Now, where does she belong? Now, let's talk about our criteria for ranking the pop stars, the 2000s pop stars. Number one will be how popular they were, because that matters, right? How popular were they? Number two will be how good is their music or TV show or whatever. Number three is how much do you want to go on a date with them? Those are the three criteria. Fabulously successful. Her music, let's be real, not great. Stars Are Blind, not a great song. The Simple Life was a good show. How much do I want to go on a date with her? Probably not too much. Probably not too much. But you got to respect her for changing the game. And also, she tricked everybody into thinking that she was stupid. She is not stupid. Paris Hilton is very intelligent. She played the part of this kind of entitled blonde bimbo on TV, but not at all. Very intelligent person, actually. If you watch the documentary about her, she's a very smart person. She played us all for fools. We thought she was a dummy, but in reality, we were the dummies. And I say, even though I don't really want to go on a date with Paris, just respect. I don't think I'm her type. I still got to put her on the S tier, because she is the OG. She's the Y2K queen. Just one date will have your life in shambles. Probably so. But I like her. I'm a fan, even if I don't want to go on a date with her. Let's switch it up a bit. How about Brooke Hogan? Do you guys remember her? You guys remember Brooke Hogan from her TV show with her dad? Super weird TV show. The Hogans? Is that like this shit? Like, I can't tell if this is her mom or her. I hope that's her mom, but you really can't tell. I hope it's her mom. Hogan knows best. That's what it was. She was trying so hard to be a musician, and she did have a musical career with Paul Wall. She has a song with Paul Wall? Wow. Pow wow, baby. Here it is. There's Pow wow. What it do, Paul Wall? Got a Scott Storch beat. Sounds like a Scott Storch beat. It's never a good sign when the feature goes before the artist, right? Trying very hard to be Britney Spears, obviously, and who wouldn't try to be Britney Spears? So Brooke Hogan, you know, she tried really hard. She did her best, but I think never really that popular. Her music is bad. But, you know, I would go on a date with her. She seems like a nice person. I'll put her on the C tier. She seems cool. I like her. Seems like a nice person. Unfortunately, her music, not great. But that's okay. That's okay. Who's next? How about J-Lo? We got to talk about J-Lo. Of course, Jennifer Lopez. Let's talk about her. Jennifer Lopez. Obviously, the most important thing when it comes to Jennifer Lopez is her style. The Y2K queen. As you can see here, put the velour tracksuit on the map right here. During the Bennifer 1.0 days here, you can see she's out and about town with her man, with her pink velour juicy tracksuit. We've got the baby blue velour tracksuit cropped and the matching red one. Imagine how many of these she had in her closet. That's what I want to know. Here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. This is peak Y2K. Right here. This weird like crocheted newsy hat, whatever, the sequined crop top, these weird pants. I want to see the sunglasses though. This is the look right here. Those sunglasses, the iconic JLo 2000 sunglasses. Is her music good? You know, it's really not. It's actually pretty bad. Spectacularly successful though. One of the most famous people of the 2000s. So we got to give her credit for that. Do I want to go on a date with Jennifer Lopez? Hell no. Hell no. She is very attractive. I would say Jennifer Lopez, one of the most attractive people to ever exist. I would say. I would call Jennifer Lopez a 10, but I do not want to ever even be in the same room as her. She seems like an absolutely insufferable person. Can you blame her for being an obnoxious person? Like, if you were this good looking, you would be a horrible person too, right? We all would. How could you possibly be a decent person if you were this good looking? You know, anybody that's this good looking is by default a terrible person because nobody will ever be honest to you. I mean, would you tell Jennifer Lopez no? If J-Lo wanted anything from you, you would do it, right? Be like, no problem. Yes, whatever you want. So I don't blame her for being a horrible person. I'll put her on the A tier. That's what I think. She's on the A tier. Pink. Oh yeah, I like Pink a lot. How about Pink? What I meant to say is P exclamation point NK. That's what I meant to say. What about your girl P exclamation point NK? She does seem like a cool person. I like her a lot. She has a lot of good songs too. She is underrated. This is the song about her and her husband, Carrie Hart, getting a divorce back in 2008 or whatever it was. I love this song. Her music is really, really, really good. Look at her husband. Looks like he's right out of an 18 Visions video. His emo Karen hair with his landing strip. This chorus is so good. She has such a powerful voice. I love Pink. I think she's great. Her music, very underrated. She's had a really successful career. You know, would I go on a date with her? It almost feels wrong to talk about this because she seems like such a cool person that, I don't know. I feel like I would friend zone her because she just seems so cool that I wouldn't want to upset. I wouldn't want to make things weird. I would say, Pink, listen, I value you so much as a friend that I feel like maybe we should just keep things that way. But you know, I think you're awesome. I really like you a lot. It's just, I value our friendship so much. Yeah, she has big sister vibes. Yeah, but I think she's a top tier person. I would like to be friends with her and her husband. That's what I would like. I'd like to have them over for a barbecue. Be like, hey, why don't we invite Alicia and Carrie over for a barbecue? Because I feel like they would be fantastic guests. I like her a lot. Underrated 2000s queen. That's what I think about Pink. Now, speaking of girls who smell good, how about Mandy Moore? She was in, I think, A Walk to Remember, right? This movie is so sad. I can't watch the movie because it's too sad. She's very underrated. Really good singer. I don't know if I'd say that her music is great, but it's, you know, it's very wholesome. Very wholesome. She's like the girl that you met at summer camp in 6th grade and you held hands once and then you kind of never really talked again after summer camp. And, you know, then like 20 years later, you're like 32 years old. You just broke up with your girlfriend. And you're like, man, I wonder whatever happened to Mandy Moore, that girl that I held hands with in 6th grade. And so then you like look her up on Facebook and she's married and has, 2 kids. And her husband's like some chiseled Chad who's like a Army Ranger, that just won an award for saving 8 puppies in a fire. And they look so happy. And the kids are great looking. And, they're on a soccer team that just won a state title. And you're like, oh, well, good for her, I guess. I'm just going to go back to my 1-bedroom apartment, eat some top ramen, watch Adult Swim, and then jerk off before bed, before I go to my dead-end job tomorrow morning that I hate. Good for Mandy. That's Mandy Moore, right? If I'm being honest, her music is not as good as I would like it to be, but it's fine. She's had quite a successful career as an actress. She was on This Is Us. She did quite a few movies. Would I like to go on a date with her? I mean, obviously, who wouldn't? If you don't want to go on a date with Mandy Moore, you should seek professional help. Mandy Moore, top shelf wife material. That's what I think. Shout out to her and her ridiculously good looking husband and their 17 kids and their happy marriage. Although in reality, Mandy Moore married Ryan Adams, who is seemingly not a great person. So in reality, she's just another Hollywood person with bad taste in men with at least one broken marriage. But I'll put her on the A tier along with Jennifer Lopez. That's where I'll put her. And she looks like she smells incredible. That's what I think. How about Rihanna? Maybe people don't think of her as a 2000 star because she's still so relevant, but she is. She came out in, I don't know, when did Pone de Replay come out? A long time ago. I will say her music, quite good, even though it seems like she kind of stopped making music a while ago, or at least mostly stopped making music because she's focusing on her extremely successful fashion business, Savage Fenty. So she is incredibly successful. Got to give her respect for that. Umbrella, great song. She has a lot of great songs over the years. Super successful. Do I want to go on a date with her? I don't know that much about her as a person. So I can't say. I feel like I don't know anything about her personality. So I can't say the answer to that. But I would say probably belongs on the A tier as well. That's what I think. She's no Paris Hilton, but who is? The S tier for suffering through Chris Brown. Fair enough. She is the one who exposed Chris Brown. So you know what? We'll put her on the S tier for that. She exposed Chris Brown. Horrible person. Awful person. I bet Rihanna does smell good, I think. I bet she does smell good. Yeah, Kelly Clarkson. How about her? We all know Kelly Clarkson from Since You've Been Gone, right? But did we know her for the Kelly Clarkson Show? She has a very wholesome Good Morning show. I really like these like morning talk show type things like The View and Good Morning America. All those, I love those kind of shows. They're so wholesome. It's very relaxing. You put that on in the morning and it just makes you feel like life is okay. It's just some idle chatter. She looks like a nice aunt. She does. I like her. I like Kelly Clarkson. She is a very good musician too. Have you listened to Since You've Been Gone lately? It's great. She does. Yeah, it makes you feel normal. Exactly. Nothing edgy about it. Good family fun. Exactly. She looks like she would smell good too. Of course you prefer the A Day to Remember album because you're a rock person. But listen to how rock this is. This would be called pop punk if this came out now. Yeah, she has a lot of great music. Seems like a cool person. I like her. I like Kelly Clarkson a lot. I would definitely have her over for my barbecue. I think I might friend zone her though. I don't think we're compatible in that way, but I think we could be very good friends. So I think I would friend zone her. I feel like she would make some like really good cornbread. Don't you think? You can imagine Kelly Clarkson would bring great cornbread to the barbecue. So I'm going to put her on the B tier. Solid. I like her. How about Lindsay Lohan? 2000s Lindsay Lohan, Y2K queen. It's easy to forget how fucking famous she was back then. She was so fucking famous. She was like everywhere. She was on the cover of every fucking magazine. She had an attempt at a music career. She did one of these songs where it's like, the paparazzi won't leave me alone. type things. With a Scott Storch beat. Not good. Lindsay Lohan getting frisky in the elevator. This sounds like stock music from like NCIS. This is like the music that we'd be playing at a club in NCIS. With her Canon ELPH camera. Yeah, it's not good. Her music, not good. Very successful, you know, for that time. She kind of fell off a little bit. And I would say, of the Y2K girls, one of the most attractive people to ever exist, in my opinion. Lindsay Lohan, back then, was a straight up dime, in my opinion. But do I want to go on a date with her? Hell no. Hell no. I don't even want to be in the same building as Lindsay Lohan, at least that version of Lindsay Lohan. Yeah, she's toxic, but not in the fun two-tone bangs kind of way. Lindsay Lohan's the kind of person where you'd be carrying her out of the bar, the kind of person that would like mouth off to some dude outside the bar and you'd end up getting in a fight because of her. You could end up going to jail with her, you know, because she did some wild shit and you ended up carrying her drugs, something like that. So I gotta say, objectively speaking, you know, there's a part of her that deserves to be on the S tier. But once we include the dynamic of do we want to go on a date with her, she seems like such a chaotic, out of control, toxic person. I'm going to put her on the C tier just for the toxicity. Incredibly attractive. But the toxicity, put it this way. Would you want Lindsay Lohan to come to your barbecue? No way. Fuck no. Because God only knows what Lindsay does if she shows up at your barbecue. Lindsay, I wonder what will happen if I pull the cop's gun, Lohan. Yes. Exactly. Hilary Duff. That's a good one. How about Hilary Duff? Was she on a Disney show? I don't actually really know where she came from. Oh, yeah. Lizzie McGuire. That's what it was. Yeah. Ooh, this is bad. Not the best song. A little rough. A little rough. This is not good. Oh, I remember this chorus. So, the song might not be good. Someone said she writes children's books now. Look what a wonderful person Hilary Duff is. My Little Brave Girl. What a nice book. This is what I'm talking about. I used to follow her on Instagram, even though I don't care about her or her, like, really anything about her at all. It was just nice because she would just, like, post pictures of her and her kids with, like, their dog, you know, in the backyard. Oh, look at this. The Motorola flip phone product placement here. Can you guys see that? Look at that phone. Yeah, she seems like a great person. I like her. She's got some amazing Y2K outfits. Look at that. 3 wallet chains, 2 wrist accessories, whatever the hell this, like, candy striped top is. Yeah. Is this her husband? I don't know who this is. Oh, she's divorced. That's too bad. Well, listen, nobody's life works out as planned. So I put her, she's like Mandy Moore. You know, bring her home to meet mom material. Hey, she got divorced. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. It's okay. I don't find her that attractive, but she seems like a nice person. Hilary, I'll accept your offer for a date. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Who knows? Maybe the chemistry, who knows? Miley Cyrus, how about her? Another 2000s pop star. You guys should know I'm a huge fan of Miley for lots of reasons. If you have not heard any of her deep cuts, really just incredible fucking musician. She's incredible. One of the best vocalists of all time in pop. She's ridiculous. Incredible. And her cover of Jolene here, you know, live cover of Jolene from the backyard. She doesn't get enough credit for being just like a god tier vocalist. She's been famous as fuck since she was what, like 9 or something like that. She is incredibly accomplished, incredibly talented. So respect for that. Now, what a lot of people may not know is spoiler warning here. She was Hannah Montana as well. And I know a lot of people are surprised to hear that because, you know, they did such a good job on the show of hiding her secret identity, but it's true. She was Hannah Montana. I remember the only episode of Hannah Montana I've ever seen was the one where she takes a guy on a date to a Hannah Montana show And so she has to like go play a song and then take off the wig and then run back out to the stands to like be with the guy and then come up with an excuse to like go back out on stage. And just, man, she was going through so much back then. Imagine how difficult it must have been to live a double life like old school Miley Cyrus. I was too old to watch that show. So that's I saw it like at a car dealership or something like that back in the day. That's the only time I've ever actually seen the show. Have you guys ever heard this song, Do It?
Marijuana.
This is one of it's so bad. That's true. Given that she's a child star, it could have been worse. This song is just incredibly bad. But I respect it. I will say, Miley Cyrus, incredibly talented, extremely attractive, nothing but respect for her. But I would put her on the same tier as Lindsay Lohan in the sense that, if Miley shows up to the party, things might get weird, but I feel like she's not as wild. She's not as much of a train wreck as Lindsay Lohan, but it'd be a little bit weird if she showed up at the party. I feel like things might start getting broken and knocked over, things might get a little bit weird. So I'd say, Miley, why don't you stay home? I respectfully decline your offer to go on a date. Thank you very much, but I respectfully decline. That's what I would say. Miley, I brought moonshine and a hammer to the barbecue, Cyrus. Exactly. Exactly. She would steal stuff just because she could. Yeah. Even though she's like a multi-millionaire, she would steal stuff from your party just to do it. I feel like you could reason with Miley, though. You could be like, Miley, listen, can you please chill? Like, I'm just trying to like have a nice barbecue with my wife. Can you chill? And I feel like she would actually listen. She might listen, I think. Whereas Lindsay Lohan, not going to listen. So for that reason, I'll put her one tier higher. All right. Well, I think that does it for this edition of the 2000s Pop Star Tier List. Tune in next time to see their male counterparts of the 2000s. In the meantime, my advice is if Lindsay Lohan or Miley Cyrus invites you on a date, my advice is to say no. That's my advice.